Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete and you're watching Pete J. Cooper the Boulder Builder. Welcome to my new video, and as you can see we're going on with the Rootmaster. I've just finished number 3 and I'm going on with number 4. The 3 was quite something. I think I've got 2 hours or more than 2 hours of video. So we'll see how if we split it up and how we do that. But this is the next stage. I've got stages 31 to 40, and in 40 we're putting the driver's cab in. So we'll probably have quite something. As you can see already, it's quite a big thing already. But let's see, and shall we just start it? I'd love to go do this. So we've got pack number 4, stages 31 to 40, and in stage 31 we're fitting the rear wheel arches. And what I've already done, I've put the mud flap on, because that's not a very hard thing to do. Just put 3 PM screws in there and put it in like so, with that part, that hooked part, on this side, on that curved side. Yeah, this one is in loose because I haven't got the right wheels here. And this is going in like so. That's in. Let's do the other side as well. We put those screws in first, that side. Otherwise it won't go under. Push it on this side. Push it down. And then we've got 8 screws to put in. And these 8 screws are GM screws. Okay, 8 GMs are in now. I'm going to put that aside for a second. Oh la la! We're going straight to 32. We're putting a light on here, most probably this way. And we're putting a AM in. Alright, next thing to do is put that thing in. We're putting it in right there, with that location log there and the screw hole, of course, on that side. And we're putting a DP in, and that goes into that one there. We're putting it on right there. And let me see. Yep, okay. We're putting one of the 2 lights in. What does happen is that it comes through. Ooh. It comes through that hole there. And then we're going to put it on, as you see me do right now. 1, 2, 3 GMs in there. And we're putting CM screws in there. Okay, I've got these tabs here to keep the cables in neatly. Oh, this looks like a really nice cable management way. This is a fog light, and the other lights that is there can be left right there, and will be used in at a different point in this build. We're going to this side here. Let's go back a bit. We're putting this one on, and this is stage 33, by the way. Is there anything exciting going on here but just to put this on? Let's put in, so we're putting in 1, 2, 3 GM screws. As you saw, that's that stage done. We're going to the next one, 33 and 32 done. So this is of course the tank, and I don't think there is a certain way to put that together. There is. These dents have to be they're showing it as well. These dents have to be on the opposite side of those, more on the side of those. There we go. And we're putting 2 eyepiece in there. And let's see, we're going to put it in here, but we're going to turn it upside down because I don't want to. I'm going to put that down because I don't want to screw up the engine. And if you can see, I think you can, those dents are those 2 dents there. So we're going to put that on like so, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to put in, and they are the GMs. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 GM screws in. In. And we're going to leave the whole thing like this. And if there are left and a right on these parts, I think it's that one there, and the smallest ones there. So we've got the highest one, the longest one right here. The other straight one, or at least the bottom part of it, is straight. Then we've got the 2 that are in an angle, and they're going to go into the middle. And everything is going in with CM screws. We're going to start on this one. So I'll give you a tip here, don't over tighten them so you can move them about a bit. And that sport bar, or that's, what is it, going to turn, brackets, fix the bar in place with EM screws. So we're going to start on this side. So that bar is in as well. So we've got these parts to do. They're going in like so, and then we're putting that all together. I'm going to do it slightly differently to them, because I'm a bit strange, like most of us. We're oddly odd. The odd ones. That one's not doing anything at all, but this one is. And the CP. From what side is the CP coming? From the non-engine side. There we go. DeLorean to the rescue again. And that's in as well. Like that. You can put it up like that. That helps the suspension not stand on that for a long time. This is just a little help to for the build. I'm happy with that. That was stage 34 done. We're going to start the floor of the driver cab and the handbrake. Let's get, well, you heard that. These are little parts that we have in this stage. And these as well. So, stage 35, these are the parts. A lot of little parts there, and a fake button that does not do anything at all. We're going to start with these. Have a look at those points and those. These are the screw points, and that is that little thing that can go in there. There we go. So push it in there first, in that side, and then push it back, and the locating lug will go on its position, in its proper position, as you just saw. And then we're going to screw in from this side with 2 mm screws. That's a thick screw head, so you can give some more force here. Put some more force on that. So we're going to turn it around, and there's little something to put that dip switch in. So we've put it in, as you can see right there. And then we get that little thing out and we put that over it. And 2 CM screws to fix it together. It's in there like so, and then this time on this side you can see a switch. Then we're going to get the handbrake out, and that's going to go in right there. And with these long thin things you always have to be careful to push it from the top in. Best thing to do is get something to push it down here. And as you saw, tweezer is very good for that. Just make sure you don't put the sharp edges in there. And that is what you have. Then we put that little thing in. Now, is that thing supposed to be down or up? Okay, guys, thing to do is look here. Is there's a peg that is larger than the other one, so you know what the orientation is. That didn't work. That broke straight away. And this is too small to put back on. So there's a bit of a pity. But I'm going to leave it there. And that little thing there, I don't know if you can see that. That little thing just broke off because it was too tight to push in. So be careful with that. You don't want to break it. And we've got one little thing that has not been put in yet. So we're going to put that aside. Stage 35 is done. And we're going to 36, which is the steering system. And as you can hear and see, a lot of that is metal. We're halfway. Stage 36, floor of the driver's cab and the handbrake. Okay, we're putting this one, we're holding this one like so, then we're putting that one in. And we're putting a PM at the ready. And we're putting this one on the other end. As you can see, it's shaped. So we're going to put those two together with a QM screw. Okay, that's together. It moves. Doesn't move very well, but we'll see what that does later on. Let's get that out. Then we put that little thing in there. Then we put the other cover over it. And then that is movable. But we are going to put a DP in that. So we're going to go back to this. This is plastic. We're putting it in right there. Okay. We're going to put a screw into that. CM is that the one that we are talking about. Next is putting that whole system on, and there's a locating keyhole pattern which you can see right there, and where my thumb is here, put it in the wrong way around. That's why it wasn't going as I thought it would. Okay, this whole steering system has to be on the side of that, and the column that I put in, put the wrong way around. The thick part, as you can see there, is supposed to be on top. Then we're going to put the whole blinker system on it. See, that's much better. Then we can put the steering wheel on top of it. And then we put a MM. Is that an MM or MN? And that is the smaller MN. No, it's an MM. I may have used the wrong screw earlier, but we're going to use the right one now. Wow, it does work. And last thing we do is push that on. That finishes that great stage. And I'm celebrating. As you can see, that's the whole system in it and the whole steering, and it works properly because I'm moving the steering wheel and it's moving properly. So I thought it was a bit crooked or strange, but it will go on. And that is stage 36 done. In 37, so 36 is done. We've got all these little parts that are going into the cab area, and we've got this cable. So first thing I'm going to do is unwind that cable. With these kind of switches, you have to be really careful how you put them in, making sure that the two plates will touch and that they're not touching all the time. I think it's that one that we want, together with that accelerator. Okay, we're attaching that like so. Sorry, attaching it like so. And we're putting a FP through from the accelerator side. So this is what it should look like. And now we're going to get this in. And we're going to do this carefully. We're putting it on that one. An AM to go in. And they're not touching, but when that pedal touches, it will. Okay, that's that one. Then we're going to get that little thing in. And we're going to put that on that area over there. On that one there. And this side. So that side is right here, and we're putting an RM in there. Okay, that was step 3. Then we're going to get that one in, the gas pedal itself. Okay, what I was doing, I was checking whether or not that little piece of metal is touching the other one. And it is. Otherwise you won't get a contact and you won't get that thing working. Okay, so we've got those two left to do. So we've got this one, which is the accelerator pedal. Or at least, oh, that's going next to the accelerator pedal maybe. Right there. With a DP screw. Yep. It's in there. As you can see, that little thing. Let's see what we do with that. With that one. I don't know if we're using it. We'll be using that in 38. Alright, so this is it. 38. We've got a lot of little pieces here. So we're going to go on with the cab, and we've got more switches. So we've got the yellow and black one and the white and gray one. And what I always do, I get these folds out as much as possible. As this is a long bus, these wires are really long because I think the circuit board is in the back under the stairs. And we've got this little couple of little things. We've got some tabs here for wire tidying and some other stuff. Oh, these are tiny stuff. I hope I'm not breaking anything. So this is 38. Let's see what we are doing. Fitting the dashboard and accessories in the cab. Dashboard panel, right rear lever panel, left control lever, instrument box, cover, indicator switch, base, post, speedometer, electric switch, cable, clips, and so on. So we're going to start with this one, and we're going to put some stuff on the back. So we put it on like so on that side, and from this side we're going to screw in a DP. There you go, like so. It's staying in on its own, and we're going to screw in a screw on the top one. That is the same as we just did, a DP screw. So we've put a DP screw in there and the other one, and this is what we have to show. Then we've got these two. I think I've put them in right. We're putting FP screws in there. Got two of them, so might as well get both of them out already. And I think this is what they should be like. Then we're putting that together with that log, will go on that one. And then that one will go over it. Then we turn it around and we put two screws in there, and they are the, oh, what else? DP. So two DP screws to put that on that box. Now we're going to push in that into the chassis, to the, oh, I don't know where they want that. Yeah, like so. Always be careful with things like that, because if you push it from the top it breaks, but this time it works. But be careful when you do that. We're going to put this in front of it. Well, two JP screws in there to put that panel in, which makes it look like that in the moment. And that switch is right behind the steering wheel. But this is how they put it in. I'm sorry, guys. And we're, oh, there's a backing paper there. Ah, that's that. It's in there. Then we're going to put that one in. We're using that and that one, and we're pushing them into that position there. So the red button is going on this one first, and then secondly on that, and then of course we're screwing in with a DP screw. And that was step 7, and that is what it looks like. This little thing we're gonna, so that thing we're gonna put right there with 2 DP screws. Top tip for you to do this: when you put in that switch panel, screw in this one first, so you can locate it properly, and then you can, this one is easy to screw in, so that's no problem. But this one is hard to put in on this side. Okay, we've got the 2 switches, and we're putting the gray and white one on that side, and the yellow and black one on the other side. Yeah, they're wanting to come out straight away, but that thing is going to keep it in. And these are DPs. Oh my, we're staying with the DPs, huh? There we go. And this we're going to put with all those little wires. Let's see, how are we going to put it on? Okay, yeah, got it. And this we're going to put on like so, and we're going to attach to those 2. And they are JPs. So, and I think we're going to do a lot of wire tidying. So we've got those together. We're going to As you can see, one right there, one there, and one there. I'm going to put that right there for a second and see what we're doing. We're not doing anything, so I'm going to get those spare ones in a cup before I lose them somewhere. We're going straight to number 39, and that is making a seat. We're going to put those two together. This one cannot fit, so you cannot put any other on. And we're going to put a whole lot of JPs in, so might as well get the JP box out. And we're doing the same thing with those two. And of course they are JP as well. So 4 JPs, we've got that one in, we've got 4 JPs in these as well, and we've got that one in. That's step 1 and 2. And now we're going to put this one over to that one. We're going to put them together like so, and they are going to be using the same kind of screw. So we've got the seat together like that, and we're putting that rubber on. And let's see, the big one, this one goes in here. So the two different ones, one with that ledge is the seat, and the other one is the backing. It's on like so. With this one you push it in an angle and then push it down. And we're going to get that one out again. Careful with the cables, because they're pretty darn long by now. Then there's a locating lug right there that goes in the front here, and then we are going to put the seat on, and we're putting a JP on the other side. So that is what we have. A really nice looking cab. And let's see, well, that's it for this stage 39, and we're going over to 40. Because it's the cab. And a few little fittings there as well. Look at that. Doesn't that look really nice? Paint is good on it, and wow, it is really nice. I can't find anything wrong with that. Good. A tiny thing here. We're gonna start with that little lens that we have here. Oh, there is a location lug. There is a location lug. I think I'm gonna do it with the top camera, and it's in there. It's a hard thing to do, but I got it. And then we put this one on like so, and 2 AMs are going to keep that on. So that is in right there. We're putting the license on, and it goes right there. There you go. It was pretty hard to put in. The very tiny MN. I'm making an English bus, so I must be drinking some tea now and again. That went in with an MN screw. So let's see, we're going to get that tiny thing out, and we're going to put that on that one. That is what it looks like here. There's a little bit of paint on my hands. Put those together as well. Okay, there we go. We're putting it on like so. It will be connected to those 2 points with that one and that one. And the last thing we do is put that little thing right there. Let me get that back in, because I don't want to scratch it. we're going to put 2 screws in there, and they are the JMs. These are tiny as well, so I'm getting the other screwdriver out. That's in as well. Okay, that was that. It was a long one. It took me 2 days, and we've got a... This is something I really like, the cab. That looks really nice to me. We have to be careful how... I'll put that on its face. And we made that cab, as you can see right there. Let me just put you a little bit closer. That we made that cab, or at least the cockpit, and we put a whole lot on the chassis. I'm still missing that wheel because I got the wrong wheel in stage 20, but I'm pretty darn happy with what's going on, and hope you like it. If you do, let me know on in a comment or with a like. So I will be getting in the next parts for for other builds, but for the Ecto build, sorry. And for this one, I think a part is on its way, but this usually takes quite some time because it has to go through customs. Part 3 was in customs for 30 days, and then finally after 30 days something happened. By that time, Margora was nice enough to have sent me pack 3 again, which I got a few days later after the first pack 3 arrived. So I've got some spares, and I've not touched it yet. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I paid for customs for that, so we'll see. What else can I tell you? Well, I hope to see you next time on any of my other builds. Thank you very much for sticking out, and thank you for sticking out all the way to the end. And that's where you get the thank you, and people who do not go to the end don't get that thank you. Thank you for that, and hope you join me next time on any of my other builds. Please like, subscribe, and pass it on, and see you next time, wherever that may be, on whatever build that may be. Thank you, and bye-bye.